Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Weekly Planet where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday, and with me, as always, Nick Mason. You're hanging about.
I am hanging about, getting this machine rolling.
I feel like you are.
Now, you normally crack that can open mid spiel.
Thank you for noticing.
But now you've done it early.
Yeah,
what's going on there?
That way, I've got a clean can sound. I can put it into other
later.
Episodes.
Yeah. When you give up cans,
I won't. I'll never give up cans, mate. I'm a cans man. You know that from
That's
day
true,
one. Can of Coke's better than a bottle of Coke. Can of beer is better than a bottle of beer.
Is a can of Coke better than a glass bottle of Coke?
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, glass bottle of Coke is a better idea. And aesthetically, yeah, I agree with you.
Okay.
But no, can of Coke is better.
You got some funny takes, man.
It's true.
You got some odd takes.
People don't like me.
People agree. People email in, what's the best delivery system for Coke? A cola.
It's also the lightest. Mason.
Hello.
It's a big week this week because we're talking about How to Train Your Dragon.
No, we're not.
Aren't we?
No.
What did you watch?
I watched Materialists.
I watched that also.
From that fine director, A24.
That's true. A24 did it. Good on him or her or they.
That's right.
We're also going to be talking about Karate Kid Legends.
No,
you
we're
watch
not.
that one as well?
I didn't watch that.
What did you watch?
I watched the movie Materialists.
That's what I watched.
It's got Captain America and Madam Web and also the Mandalorian in it. So that's the link. That's
He's also Reed
allowed
Richards. He's
He's
Mr.
Reed
Fantastic.
Richards, that's true.
So that's good.
And he's Joel Last of Us.
Yeah, and he's
Joel
very
Last
similar
of Us.
to Reed Richards in the movie as well, for a reason we'll get into.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I didn't even. Yeah.
Think about it.
That's good
That's a spoiler. We'll get about
That's
it.
good
We'll
stuff.
get about it later.
Also, we're recording this very early in the week.
That's right. We have to.
This is a Thursday.
Yeah.
So we're hoping no news happens in the next few days.
But if it does, we don't want to hear about it.
That's right. We're hoping no one dies.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm hoping no one dies ever again.
Wow.
And it's interesting you're not taking that stance, James.
I'm happy for a lot of people to die.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
But it's good we have both sides, I think.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Maybe we can meet somewhere in the middle.
Some people die. Because you want everyone to die.
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah.
No one's happy though. Mason?
Yes?
If people do want to skip to anything, there's time codes below because the wonderful Rob Collins who edits this, he makes that happen.
That's right.
This week we're going to be talking about Wonder Woman movie confirmed. It's happening. We're going to talking about.
We're going to be talking
There's a new
about
trailer for Superman as its tickets go on sale.
It's the tickets on sale trailer.
There's some other things going on there, including what's going on with the post-credit scene and a potential sequel.
Uh-oh.
Then there's been some first reactions to Mortal Kombat II.
What?
Not the game or the movie they already made, the one that they
There
filmed.
have been some reactions to Mortal Kombat 2, the game.
Yeah, it's
People
good.
are like, whoa!
That's my favourite one.
Whoa.
Mortal Kombat 4 is my favourite, even though I know it's 3D. It's not everybody's favourite. I like it. I think it's fun.
4?
4 is my favourite.
God, you've got some weird takes.
Yeah, people don't like it.
No.
They think I'm awful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you including the modern ones?
Yeah.
And it's still 4?
Yeah.
Of the old school one. It's not 3? 3's the best of
Never
the old
loved
school.
3.
Ultimate
I like
Mortal
2
Kombat
over
3.
1.
Wow.
I like 2 over 3.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't mind Mortal Kombat 1 on the Game Gear either. I played a bit of that at a friend's house.
I played Mortal Kombat 1. I had Mortal Kombat 1.
On the Game Gear?
Yeah. It was blood free, but then you put in the code.
Yeah.
And there was blood.
Or you could just put blood on the screen.
You put your own blood on the
Put
screen.
your own
That's
blood
so
on the
true.
screen. Anyway, an update on Mortal Kombat 2.
Yes.
What's going on there? And then, of course, we've got to talk about HBO Max and how it's back and why it's back and who gets paid for that.
Is it back in Australia? Because as people may know, it was just launched as
I don't know
Max,
if it's going to be
like
back in
3
Australia
weeks
because it was
ago.
never here in Australia.
Yeah,
we never
true.
had HBO Max here.
Yeah.
Because it was all on fucking Foxtel and then Binge.
Then Binge.
Two of the worst services on earth. Anyways, Mason, let's start here. This is via EW.
Ew.
James Gunn was talking about Wonder Woman and he said, "We are working."
Can I just point out something, James? If you type in HBO Max to the Google Play Store in Australia, Max isn't even the first result. It's Paramount Plus.
Incredible.
Good work, Max.
Yeah.
You're so good at this.
I found out the other day I was paying for Paramount Plus.
Yeah, it's some good stuff on
And
there.
I think I know, but I wasn't watching anything on there.
Oh,
I wasn't
right.
watching Dexter fucking Origins or whatever it is. Dexter but a boy. I don't
There's
know.
Dexter but a boy and there's Dexter but an old man, right?
Yeah. That's
Why?
what
When are they?
happened.
When are they going to do Dexter in his prime?
Yeah, they did that, remember? They
No,
did it
I
for
want
a
another
while.
one.
Okay.
But it still has to be Michael C. Hall?
Anthony Michael Hall, yeah.
It has to be Anthony Michael Hall, R.I.P.
Agreed.
No, it has to be Michael C. Hall, and he's doing the original series of Dexter again, but he's the age he is now.
Agreed.
Yeah. And they put him in, because like when you youthified the Saw guy,
there's an incredible
hoodie and baseball
Yeah.
cap.
I mean, they youthify him in that with a wig. I don't know if you
Right,
ever saw
but
that
now
episode.
we've got a middle of the road youthify him. So how do we do
yeah.
that?
Open collar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Open collar and a tan. Mason?
Go on.
So James Gunn said, we're working on Wonder Woman, as in a Wonder Woman movie. Wonder Woman is being written right now. This isn't a surprise. I think we've even talked about it before. Obviously, they're recasting. They're not doing Gal Gadot anymore.
Correct.
Which everybody's okay with as far as I can understand. I know I am. They're also still working on the Paradise Lost HBO series, which is the series set on Themyscira, which is a prequel kind of origin-y kind of thing about the world. It's like Game of Thrones, but
Interesting. Okay.
with Themyscira, Wonder Woman, Paradise Island, etc. Which could be a bit of fun, or I don't know. I don't know.
Wow.
Do I?
No, but that's another of your famous takes, and I think that's good.
That I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't have to know.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a hot take on everything.
How are you feeling about the casting of Wonder Woman? You want somebody...
I don't know what it is, James.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Would you want somebody known
or unknown?
Or unknown. Like
never known.
Never
like
known.
we never learned
like
what
Corin
their name
Sweat,
is.
I think, is the perfect balance of a guy who's been in some things, Twister too.
Sure.
But also not that many things. And then you see him and you're like, well, this is how I associate this man with this character of Superman, because he's fresh and new and clean and cool.
That's right.
Probably. I haven't seen it
We
yet.
used to be fresh and new and clean and cool.
Don't remember that.
Now we're rotten and old and grubby and whatever the last one was. Cool. We're still cool.
We're still cool.
We're still cool, but to a different demographic.
That's right. Grubs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what do you think?
Boy, good question. I mean,
I like the idea of...
if there's a new, a new face out there.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's been been a few people in the media that I wouldn't mind seeing as...
Who plays Bix in Andor?
Oh, Adria Arjona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she'd be good.
Yep. Katie O'Brien, I think, would be
Yep.
good.
Some people have said Ballerina's own Anna de Armas.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Some people have said Ben Affleck, bring him back.
I mean, I on the one hand, I guess we see Wonder Woman as like comparable size-wise to the other two in the DC Trinity, so Superman and Batman, so she has to be tall, but I guess
Corin Sweat is huge.
Yeah,
as well.
he is huge, yeah. But I guess, or maybe we do it like the animated series style, where all the men are like huge and all the women are like
No waist.
half the width.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that what you want?
No.
You like these gender stereotypes?
Yeah, man.
God, he's bringing some hot takes here.
It's very convenient.
And as one of the worst people, I agree.
Yeah, it's very convenient for blind purchasing action figures. You just go, girl one, boy one, there it is. Anna de Armas would work. I mean, you do it with camera angle. She also doesn't have to be. I guess she doesn't have to be tall.
Yeah, put them in boots also.
Also, I don't know how tall any of these women are. Honestly,
tell.
they're all 5'4".
Yeah, everyone's 5'4" in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did that.
Well, let's do a quick look up. Anna de Armas.
I reckon she's 5'6".
Okay. Also, these will be accurate because the women.
The men are
are always lying. but
Yeah.
She's 1.68 meters. What is that? Come on, man. Come on. What is she height in the old money?
5'6".
Okay.
That's exactly what I said.
All right then.
Yeah. Good enough.
Good enough. It's perfect.
It's Tom Cruise height.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna look up Wonder Woman fan cast, and we're gonna dredge through this. All right, we're gonna dredge through this
I want
direct.
to do this.
No, we're gonna have to. Oh, Charlie Fraser. She's Furiosa lady.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah. And she's
She's
tall.
Australian also.
She's tall and
She is
Australian.
tall, yeah.
And that's may as well be the Amazon.
Yep.
As far as I'm concerned. Delightful. Yep. That's okay.
Done.
I like that. Oh yeah.
We nearly had a Megan Gale as
Yeah,
Wonder
yeah.
Woman. She's Australian also.
There is also May Kalamawi, she was in Moon Knight.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I liked her. She's got a good look
Don't mind
about
that.
her. Yep. And others. People have said Margaret Qualley.
Oh, yeah.
She's not swarthy enough. She could be swarthier.
I thought you said smiley enough. She's not smiley enough.
She's not smiley enough. She should smile more, I feel.
There's been some Melissa Barrera
from
fan art.
From the Scream.
From the Scream
Most
franchise.
recent Scream. Okay, that works.
Might be interesting going from Gal Gadot to her for political reasons.
Oh, yes, that's true.
Don't hate
That would...
Don't hate this, though.
Oh, that's
This piece
good.
of fan
Yeah,
art.
and that's the
From
absolute Wonder Woman look.
Art. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, we got to move it along.
We got to move it
Mason.
along.
Yeah.
We can't objectify women all episode.
No.
That's behind the paywall.
That's
obviously,
right. It's an incel tier.
That's right. That's right.
Mason, trailers ahoy.
Hug.
Just the biggest one you can think of. It's the final tickets are on sale now for Superman trailer.
That's right.
I watched this once, and I will not watch it again.
Yep.
I feel like there's a lot of things in here that I could dig into and be like, what's that? Who's this? Why is this opening up? Who's that guy? Etc.
Why is this opening up?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, the Earth, etc. happens
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah. But we'll do a brief highlight. People should skip this if at this point you don't want to know any more about
I mean, it's a
Superman
month away
movie.
at this point.
We see Lois
Less.
Lane operating what I think is Mr. Terrific's little Mr. Terrific UFO.
That's
She's flying
cool.
It. That's fun. Mm-hmm. What else do we see?
Some laser vision from another person with laser vision.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it not the Hammer of Baravia or that guy?
Maybe, but it's mask off as well. There's a mask off moment.
Yeah, right, okay.
Yeah. Lex Luthor's commanding a bunch of stuff going on.
That's right.
I do like this threatening Superman. He just hates Superman so much.
He's such a hater.
Just a bitch.
Yeah.
Love
That's
it.
right. He's in the other trailers. He's crying because he hates Superman so much. Good. That's what we want in a Lex Luthor. Just under the ultimate hater.
Yeah.
Is this the trailer where we see Guy Gardner's ring doing the flip in the bird?
I think that might be from an earlier thing that TV spot in the week, but
really?
maybe it is in this briefly because again I only watched it once.
Yeah.
Where you see him flipping tanks, but he's using big Green Lantern fingers
That's
and
right.
whatever. I don't know if you also saw the clip of James Gunn sitting with Nathan Fillion about figuring out what kind of bowl cut to give him. Did you see that?
I didn't see that, no.
A lot of fun.
I bet.
And they almost did a cool kind of like a textured one, and they're both like, "Nah, we need to go back to."
I think he's going to get a little more cool at the end.
Well, he's going to be in Lanterns.
Yeah.
And that's a serious, gritty,
Yeah.
True Detective style
Yeah.
show with Green Lantern people.
Yeah, that's right.
So maybe they'll do it for that.
Oh, no, our batteries are dead. We just have to be regular.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. What else do we see in this? We see this bit where Mr. Terrific's berating Superman for lying down on the job, and he's like, I'm doing
stuff.
I'm doing important stuff here. Oh.
Exactly.
Bit of fun.
He knocks a guy's teeth out.
He does.
Yeah.
Who is that guy?
Don't know. Probably a LexCorp soldier, maybe.
Yeah. They look like there's a moment where he heat visions a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And they look like LexCorp, like guys in little battle suits or something.
Yeah. Love all that, man. I got to say, I mean, I hope it's very good.
I hope it's very good also.
Yeah, I'd hate it to be somewhere in between of you hating it and me loving it. I want it to be either really, really bad or really, really good.
I don't think it's going to be really bad.
No.
How would they manage that?
Well, we say that and sometimes it happens.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I think it's going to be light, obviously, in tone. I think a lot of people are not going to like that. I think there's going to be, I mean, we've already seen online a lot of, and it's not just the Snyder fans, but mostly.
And look,
this is not what I want.
One thing, I think, but I mean, based on, what we've seen of the number of people watching the previous trailers and that sort of stuff, I think people are looking forward to this. And I also think people are going to enjoy what I think has been lacking in a lot of sort of the biggest Superman media, which is Superman fighting guys of equal power to himself,
A bunch of them.
Just
Just punching and kicking and shit.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
monsters.
Did you see also they spoke about the trunks again?
Oh,
and
yes.
how James Gunn was like, I like the idea of the trunks in theory, but how do you make this work?
Right.
Like design-wise, it looks silly. And also, otherwise, then you find a practical reason to do it, which is also kind of impossible.
Right.
And it was David Corenswet who was just like, well, he wears trunks because it makes him goofy and approachable.
Like a wrestler.
Yeah, because people are like, would be terrified of this guy because he's an alien who can shoot heat vision and knock down buildings and
That's
whatever.
true.
But if he's like this approachable kind of goofball in a colorful costume,
That's
then
true.
yeah, you kind of take that element away, which I think is great. Yeah. So it does have a post-credit scene. And James Gunn had a quote on this. He said, I have a philosophy about post-credit scenes. It's somewhat related to my own mistakes in my time with Marvel.
Rene Descartes.
Whoa.
Because she's a big philosopher. Okay,
Jean-Luc Picard.
Okay, Jean-Luc Picard. All right, you're doing multi-dimensional chess or whatever. Okay.
Is that a real game that you can actually play?
It is now, yeah.
No, it is now. I bet it is. Everyone's talking about it. He said, it's somewhat related to my own mistakes in my time at Marvel. I did not like what I did in Guardians 2, where we set up Adam Warlock and we set up Guardians of the Galaxy and we set up all this shit that I didn't necessarily plan on.
Yeah, and of course he
didn't want to put Adam Warlock in 3, but it's kind of like, I have to.
And he didn't want...
Ended up working well, actually.
And he didn't want to use Thor in Guardians 3, so he had to... Luckily, they removed him for the worst Thor, so that's good.
They did in Thor 4.
Thor.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with doing it in a worse movie, Mason. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Because he wouldn't have really worked in that team, because they're a scrappy team of idiots. And he's an idiot.
Yeah.
But, he could also steamroll everybody, so it's not as much fun.
And then you also got Adam Warlock, etc. So you got
That's
two,
true.
god-level beings running around. Yeah. I mean, it all worked out in the end, because those are all good movies.
Agreed.
And movies are good.
I agree.
Yeah. There's also a quote here from EW where he was asked about a sequel to Superman. And he said, what I'm working on is in some way, I mean, yes. But is it a straight up Superman sequel? I would not say necessarily. That says to me that it's going to be some kind of team up situation. Not necessarily a Justice League, which he said they are building towards. I don't think it's going to be Justice League.
Yep.
Either a Batman, Superman, meeting, but maybe not a punch-up necessarily, like Batman v Superman. Oh, there'd be a bit of a punch-up.
There'll be a little bit of a punch-up.
Maybe it's a Interstellar kind of
It'll be what we've always wanted
Supergirl
since
thing.
day one, since minute one of this podcast. They meet, they punch for a bit, then they're mates, and then they stop another guy.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that was Batman Superman.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. That's literally what happened.
They punch for a bit.
Yeah.
They did punch for a bit.
And
but
then
they punched for a bit
mates.
early.
Yeah.
They weren't really mates, were they? More like work
Well,
friends.
like we have similar mothers' names.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's mates.
That is.
All my friends have the same. Yeah, all our mothers have the same name, actually. That's how we met.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
That never struck you as odd?
No, it's intentional. I did it on purpose. It's not an accident.
You did it on purpose.
Yes, Mason.
Okay. Oh, you only made friends with people who had the same name. Yeah, okay,
Correct.
right. Okay.
And I understand that our mothers don't have the same name, and I want you to think about that. Because we're colleagues and not friends.
That is true. Check and mate.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, maybe it's a Trinity movie. Maybe
Could
it's
be.
I don't know. Which again was Batman.
Yeah.
They did a lot of things in that movie, didn't they?
Boy, they
it's hard,
did.
It's hard to do an idea that's not in that movie.
In a way, it's the only full and complete movie, isn't it? I'm turning over to the Snyder Bros side, honestly.
All right.
There's nothing. It's got everything you want and nothing you don't. You know?
So true, Mason.
Mm-hmm.
God, Superman, month away.
Oh, exciting.
Very excited. If you're an Amazon member or something, you can see it on like July 8th or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't normally go for screenings. I might go to this one.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
Mason, this is via comicbook.com.
I've heard of him.
They spoke to Jeremy Slater, who was a screenwriter on the upcoming Mortal Kombat 2, which is a sequel to Mortal Kombat, which came out 3 years ago.
And they asked him if they're finally going to do a Mortal Kombat?
He said no.
Oh, what?
He said they're doing a Street Fighter, which is interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
Wow.
So apparently, for one, the movie has been complete for a while.
Okay.
And they're waiting for the right release date and waiting for the right window. But apparently they
To bloody chuck it out, to bloody chuck the bloody film cans out of.
Oh, yeah?
Chuck
You think
them
so?
out, Chuck them out a window.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well,
into a garbage truck.
no, according to test screenings,
Yes.
which are full of Mortal Kombat fans, is according to Jeremy Slater, and watching them react in the way I reacted to Avengers Endgame, there was cheering and jumping out of their seats. Every joke is landing, and they are loving it.
Unless they're doing it for memes somehow.
No, it's one of the
They're doing it
greatest.
sarcastic.
No, it's one of the greatest moments of my life. That's why you get into this business. I mean, that at the very least sounds like that this is going to be, if you like Mortal Kombat, well, that's what you're getting. So,
right.
great.
If you like Mortal Kombat, well, this is what you're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I think the last Mortal Kombat, I know it didn't have an actual Mortal Kombat,
Yep.
but it was like it had all the stuff in it.
Did have a lot of the stuff in it a lot of
and
the
the
time.
Armadillo Man.
And more. I was going to say, Armadillo Man.
Armadillo.
Yeah.
fella.
That movie had everything you wanted and even some stuff you didn't know you wanted, like an Armadillo Man who
Cole.
unlocked his Armadillo
Cole
powers.
Trickle or whatever his name was.
And it had that Australian guy who plays Kano. I thought it was fun.
He was very
He's the
good,
best part of
wasn't
that
he?
movie, I think.
Yeah.
Is he in this one? I don't think so. He probably died.
Yeah, we don't need to think about it. No, because they resurrect everybody then, or Shao Kahn took him away or whatever, remember?
No.
That happened at the end.
Okay. I wasn't convinced by the idea of Carl Urban as Johnny Cage, but I've seen some like behind the scenes stills of him now, and I'm like, no, that plays actually.
I was convinced like hell.
Oh yeah.
I was like, this is convinced me. Yeah, so I have no problem with it, and everybody I know agrees with me.
And that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Agreed. I mean, we're getting to Street Fighter as well, aren't we? I saw a rumor that Wally Goggs is going to be M. Bison.
Oh yeah, I did see that rumor also. Yeah.
Don't hate that.
Don't hate it.
Don't hate it, Mason. Now, you're not going to believe this.
Do you think he'll get buffed up, or do you think they'll just give him a big puffy red suit?
Big puffy red suit.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Yeah. I mean, he's pretty buff. But
He
he's
is
lean.
buff, actually.
He's a lean man, though.
Yeah.
He's more of a lean man than
and
a buff
Bison,
man.
like, I mean, I guess it depends what version, but like the kind of what I think of like the Street Fighter Alpha version, Bison's like enormous,
Yeah, like a bison.
like a bison. Yes.
Yeah, man. Variety are telling us that HBO Max is back.
It's backs.
In a press release from Warner Brothers Discovery, which are now two separate entities, which we'll talk about, Warner
Very
Brothers and
convenient.
Discovery. They said, returning the HBO brand into HBO Max will further drive the service forward and amplify the uniqueness that subscribers can expect from the offering. It is also a testament to Warner Brothers Discovery's willingness to keep boldly iterating its strategy
God,
and
I
approach,
love a bold iteration.
leaning heavily on consumer data and insights.
Oh, I love consumer data and insights.
To best position itself for success by going back. This is a new Coke back to old Coke situation.
Kind of feels like it, doesn't it?
But not a marketing strategy in terms of like, we'll do this and then people will
Was that the marketing strategy for real?
No, I mean, some people are saying that, like, that's the room.
No,
like
I meant with the Coke.
Oh, no, I'm saying some people say that, but no, I don't. I think it was just a genuine mistake. After the coming...
They did it with Tim Tams, though.
Did they?
Well, that's what they did.
Made them worse?
No, that's why they always do the limited edition Tim Tams. Because people buy one pack and they're like, this is fine, but remember Tim Tams?
Yeah.
And then they buy a year's worth of Tim Tams, regular Tim Tams.
Ah.
Because they remember the Tim Tams.
I can't buy Tim Tams.
Why not? Because you'll eat them all?
Go through them.
Yeah.
I'm an animal. I can't keep junk food in the house. Yeah. Look at me.
That's the one take you bloody right on, mate. Tim Tams are good.
I actually do have half a packet of open Tim Tam in the back of my cupboard.
How long have they been open?
7 years, maybe.
The biscuit will have gone bad.
Nah. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to eat them.
It'll have gone bendy. Like one of those rubber cheese.
It's a battle of wills.
Between you and the Tim Tam.
I'm winning.
Between you and an inanimate packet of Tim Tams.
Who's winning? Who's winning?
Okay. Now let me ask you this. Single coat or double coat?
I'll do a chewy caramel, but double coat.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I know you think you're throwing me lifelines here, but I don't need your fucking charity, all right? I don't need to be relatable. I'm a podcaster.
Chewy caramel.
People already think I'm a fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? You trying to humanize me?
What are you doing? Everybody says double coat, but I'm saying I'm a purist and I think single coat is the best.
Sure. They're all good.
They're all good.
They're all good.
Even the white ones are good.
Yeah, they're all good.
Yeah. We're not sponsored by Tim Tams, by the way.
No, not yet. After the coming change back to HBO Max was announced at the upfront, Warner Brothers Discovery relaunched its dormant HBO Max accounts on social media. This is fun. Brands getting involved on social media.
I hope somebody acquired one of the social media handles and had to buy it back.
Unfortunately not. The newly resurrected HBO Max X account, formerly known as Twitter Mason, posted What Is Dead May Never Die, featuring a clip from Game of Thrones, a show that people didn't like in the end, I guess.
So true.
Yeah. Anyway, isn't there a bit of there's a bit of a situation in terms of who got paid for this?
Well, I mean, this is from this. I don't know if this has been substantiated or not, but somebody on Twitter named Chris Back said he's quoted he's got some numbers here. In 2022, McKinsey, which is a consulting firm, was paid $55 million to advise Warner Brothers to combine with Discovery. From 2022 to 2025, McKinsey charged Warner Brothers Discovery $37 million by advising the company to change HBO to HBO Max, then to Max, then back to HBO Max. In 2025, McKinsey billed Warner Brothers Discovery an additional $63 million to determine that Warner Brothers and Discovery should be separate brands again.
This is all good stuff.
It is all good stuff.
I do like the waste of money.
I think maybe what is happening, though, is they've separated the money-making ones from the losers, and they're going to sell off the losers.
Okay, that's what's going on here, yeah.
Yeah, I think because they're keeping...
I mean, the brand of HBO it's worth something.
Yeah, I think...
Not because of what they've done recently.
Yeah.
It's decades of, like...
And there is some...
quality.
Like, the split between Warner Brothers and Discovery at this point, it's not exactly how it was, a few years ago.
Yeah.
There are a couple of companies that have, gone the other way. But for the most part, it really is like they've just taken the Discovery Channel stuff and they've thrown it this way. And they're like, so I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Well, at least somebody's making money.
Yeah, McKinsey, apparently. God, they're the company that will charge like a company $300,000 for a spreadsheet or a PowerPoint presentation or whatever.
Hey,
so.
if people pay for it, stupid idiots, then, you get what you paid for.
Wow. A spreadsheet?
Actually, not in this case, you don't.
No, you got nothing. You got nothing. But I don't know if these figures are real, but like as a ballpark, it seems about right.
Sure.
Yeah. And it makes them seem stupid. So
yeah, and that's
we'll
good.
take it.
Yeah,
we'll take that money.
But we know that part's true.
That is
regardless.
True. Do you have here, speaking of...
I got everything.
Do you have that Disney...
Got the internet at my fingertips.
Do you have Disney and Universal have sued Midjourney?
No, I
this
didn't know
is new,
this.
I think.
Okay.
This is from Dexito.
Okay, tell us what's going on.
Disney and Universal have sued AI company Midjourney for copyright infringement. Midjourney is ... a bottomless pit of plagiarism.
Agreed.
Let me find the article here. We are bringing this action today to protect the hard work of all the artists whose work entertains and inspires us. I don't know how reliable Dexito are, but I don't know. This might be the big one. This was quite recent. This is within the last couple of hours.
Yeah.
Earlier this week, a BFI report, British Film Institute, found that more than 130,000 movie and TV scripts have been used to train generative AI models. Prior to this was the AI image generator trend on ChatGPT, Studio Ghibli, etc., etc. The issue is that with no laws in place, tech companies are operating in a legal grey zone. However, Disney and Universal is refusing to put up with it. Disney and Universal filed a landmark lawsuit against AI firm. Filed on Wednesday, June the 11th. It's the first time major Hollywood companies have sued over AI-generated imagery, according to the New York Times. The Hollywood studios claim that the firm helped itself to countless copyrighted works from its various properties. And so it's not only the scripts, but it's also just endless hours of video and etc.
Absolutely.
Which in turn allows users to create imagery that blatantly incorporate and copy Disney and Universal's famous characters. I suspected this was happening. I'm just going to double check this is real.
Yeah, I also think this is also because Disney would want to control this.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Because they want to use it. They would want to use this, and they have. I mean, they've been scanning people on Star Wars sets to use them as background extras. Like we know that. So this is like record companies taking on Napster so they can make fucking Spotify. Like,
exactly.
It's not, This is not like an act of charity.
No, absolutely not. No, it's a series of two evil companies suing another evil company is what it is. But this isn't going to. And there's like they've got some examples. When you look at the lawsuit data, there's like. Here's some images of Iron Man from Iron Man 1, and then if you go to Midjourney and you
type in Iron Man 1.
In response to the prompt Iron Man flying action photo, Midjourney accessed the data about Disney's copyrighted works that is stored by the image service and then reproduced, publicly displayed, and made available for download an image output that copies Disney's Iron Man character as shown in the screenshot. So, and it's just that, and it's Star Wars stuff, Simpsons stuff. But yeah, this is the big law that it happened with the music industry. Yeah. The Napster thing also, but like sampling in the 80s.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where there was no laws and then there was
it wrecked a lot of Beastie Boys stuff, didn't it? Was that not wrecked, but like...
No, the Beastie Boys, because they had an album called Paul's Boutique, which was all samples. When the copyright issue started, they very quickly wrote up some contracts and they actually got a very good deal.
Oh, they got ahead of it.
Yeah, the people that didn't were... De La Soul.
Oh, right.
But yeah, like these days, some people have looked. There's articles you can find about like if you were to make Paul's Boutique today, how much would it cost? And it's like tens of millions of dollars. Like there'd be no point making it or releasing it. But yeah, like that's.
So I should stop.
You should stop trying to remake Paul's Boutique. But yeah, like that. So there were no rules, and then a couple of high profile, like it was Vanilla Ice and MC Hammer. They got sued. And then the laws, those set precedent of like you have to pay and you have to ask for permission and you have to credit and all this sort of stuff. And that's, I think, I mean, if this is going ahead, that's probably where it's going to have to go. Yeah. And I think there's probably going to be like, we haven't mentioned it, but Natasha Lyonne's she's putting together a movie using AI or something like that.
What?
And she said something along the lines of, okay, we're only using this particular database or whatever. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, man. But I think that's probably how it's going to go, notwithstanding the destruction
of
the
particular
rainforest.
Databases.
Yeah. So it's so you'd be like, okay, you can use Midjourney to build an image or a video, whatever it is. Do you want to use the public domain stuff, or you can pay licensing fees to incorporate copyrighted stuff? That's probably how it's going to go, if I had to guess.
Well, that's fun.
That is fun. We're having fun.
No, always.
We're having fun.
We're having a good time.
Hey, Disney, guess what? You can't copyright my incredible Marge Simpson impression. We're having fun, homie.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because you're my homie.
Thank you. Would you like to go? I don't think that's a legal defense you could use.
Oh, well, come at me, Disney. Come at me, one of the biggest entertainment corporations in the world. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Garnish my wages forever? Maybe.
All right, should we move it along to the thing we're going to talk about? How to Train Your Dragon, you said?
No, wrong.
On a budget of $150 million, Why Did You Train This Dragon looks to be one of the biggest feature films of 2025.
I'm happy for it.
They've taken what was essentially a movie.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of movies.
And taken the same director and then done it. But there's people in it, and they're real people. Huh. And they're like, how are we going to train this dragon? And should we? That's the ethical question that it poses.
Yeah, okay, that's a modern question.
The answer is yes, obviously. You can do it. You can do all sorts of cool shit with the dragon. Yeah, probably, yep. You saw it.
I didn't see it.
I actually didn't watch it. I watched the Materialist, Mr. Materialist, Miss Materialist.
I also watched
Materialists.
Yeah.
What did you think the budget was? Was it $20 million?
Was it?
Yes.
Was it?
It's looking to have a US opening weekend of about $11 million.
Okay.
Not bad. The world over, this will make its money back, it seems, and probably then some because it's reviewing very well. Mm-hmm. It's the kind of movie that it's It's advertised as the kind of movie they don't put in cinemas anymore, but it's not.
It's not that.
The rom-coms of old.
No,
which surprised me. Not in a bad way.
Because it's got.
Whoa!
Whoa!
What do you think the story was?
That's what I'm getting to, man.
Let me tell you.
Sorry, first. Come on, man.
Also, Ballerina's underperforming.
Okay,
so
right.
yeah,
right.
it happens.
Because most of the John Wick stuff's in the trailer.
Yeah,
probably. That's why.
I gotta get out of here.
He doesn't say that.
I gotta get back
to John Wick 3.
To John Wick 3.
I get it back to my own movie. I'm in. Yeah.
Sorry, go on. What were you saying?
Cans.
It's just cans.
It's just full of cans.
Cans.
Yeah. I'm gonna get back to that one.
Cans.
No, what's the movie called?
Speed.
No, it's not. Was it?
That was in Speed.
Oh, I'm thinking of the other one.
Speed 2.
No.
Johnny Mnemonic.
No.
The Lake House.
The surfy one.
Point Break.
Yes. Doesn't he say cans in Point Break?
It's in
Speed.
Speed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, don't I look the fool?
Yep.
Okay, so here's your classic rom-com trope.
What?
Not only is that Dakota Johnson, not only is she a single gal living in New York, but she's a dating coach. She's Hitch. She's Lady Hitch.
She's Lady Hitch.
And
that's good, and life is good, and everything's good.
Everything's good, man.
She's put together 9 marriages.
That's right.
Which isn't as many as I thought she would have.
Yeah, but it's a lot of work, isn't it?
It's a lot of work.
She hasn't done this that long, I don't think.
That's true.
That seems to be a lot, and they're all like.
She's 35. Get it together.
Yeah, right.
It's. That should be what this movie is.
That's right.
You're 35. Get it together.
Yeah. Then she goes to a wedding of one of the couples she's matched.
Yeah,
good for her. Must be nice.
I know.
And then she meets the groom's brother.
I'm the groom's brother.
For some reason, she's never met before.
Never met him.
Even though she's gotten this couple together.
She met the groom.
And guess what? It's Pedro Pascal, and he's got it all.
What's he doing there?
He's family stuff, I guess.
Is he rich?
Yeah, he's so rich.
Has he got what it takes?
He's got what it takes.
He's got what it takes.
Can't hear me. And so on and so forth.
Yeah,
he's rich. He's tall. He's got a good head of hair. He's got a mustache that you wouldn't believe.
You wouldn't believe it.
He's got money. He was born with money.
Yep.
And he's works
and he's
for his
kept
family's
that money.
firm.
He kept that money.
He's kept his hair.
Yeah, he kept his hair as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's such a catch.
Yeah.
But guess what?
What?
Guess what? She's at the wedding and she's like,
the next person I date, I'm going to marry.
That's right. But then she's having a good fun at this wedding. With
having a good fun
with this gorgeous, handsome man. But who else is there? This absolute turd loser, played by Chris Evans.
So this turd rolls in.
Yeah, that's right. Blows in on the wind.
Slops up to the
style.
table. Yeah,
that's right. And it's Chris Evans. It's her ex-boyfriend.
And she goes, Pedro Pascal says, "What would you like to drink?" And she goes, "I'll have a Coke and a beer." And then he puts down a Coke and half a glass of beer.
Are you supposed to mix them? Is that what a Coke and a beer is in order?
What's
going on here? Some of this movie has a very odd energy. Would you agree
That's
to
what
that?
I liked about it.
And you know what?
Fucking weird stuff.
Dakota Johnson's growing on me as an actor.
Well, I think this role is perfect for her.
Yeah.
I mean, she's talked about this week, or last week, Madam Web, and how she was like, I got nominated for a Razzie, I won a Razzie, but then I got contacted by like Sandra Bullock. It was like, yeah, it happens.
Yeah, right.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
That's a terrible movie, but not because she's in it.
No, I think we've talked about this before, but like...
She didn't even know she was in it.
Yeah, you should. And at one point, it may have had more of an attachment to the MCU. But anyway, you can't. I've said this before. You can't blame anybody for being in a Sony superhero movie.
No,
because nobody. No, it's
except for Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Who sucks?
He should be in prison
for reasons that. Well, more reasons that came out. Reasons that everybody knew for 20 years.
Oh, we didn't talk about that, but
yeah.
We talked about it off air.
Yeah, he's probably a sex criminal, almost certainly.
Yeah,
definitely.
Well, we knew that.
Allegedly.
Yeah, and this is...
and has been... Even James Gunn said it on Twitter like a few years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, everybody fucking knows this. Yeah. Everybody I know who's like ever met him or like I've heard people who've met him are like, he sucks. Nobody has a good thing to say about Jared Leto.
That's right.
And he's in fucking Tron. A franchise that is already needs help.
It's already on its last legs, yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I want good Tron.
Me too.
Because Tron is good.
That's right.
Anyway,
who's she going to choose?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This broke loser.
That's right.
Who she loves maybe, and he's a turd.
And they broke up.
His clothes are old and he's...
got roommates.
Yeah, he's living in a stupid house with idiots.
That's right.
Or Pedro Pascal.
He's always stepping on dingers.
He's always stepping on dingers, his or others.
That's right. Yeah, you can't get it together, and she can't get it together. But she's good. She's she's moving up in the world. But he hasn't been moving up in the world.
He can't do it. But he's also doing some acting. Yeah.
I mean, they're all doing some acting. They're all locked in on this one.
I agree.
They're actually doing acting.
But does she pick him or does she pick the guy who's got a $12 million apartment in New York City, and he's tall and everything, and everything else that's going on with him, including being tall.
And also, he's nice.
Yeah.
And like, he's
not even like sinister.
He's not even
in
secretly
a way
mean.
That,
yeah. See, that's the thing. This is why I found this so interesting going into it, because it's like, are they just going to do the straight up rom-com?
Yeah.
Is it? We're gonna go through this, and then he's gonna be like, gonna
quit your job.
Yeah, exactly. Quit your job. You're gonna be a housewife, and then she's like, actually, I'm gonna be a strong, independent woman and go back to my old boyfriend who sucks.
Yeah.
Actually, because those are my two options.
True.
Those are my two options. I was wondering if it was going to be like, something in the zeitgeist. There's people just going, I'm gonna be by myself because they
seem to be leading that way.
It's but we can't spoil it. But,
also, when this started, it opens with the first marriage ever, caveman. Mm-hmm. So it opens in like the wilderness. I'm like,
somebody leaned in.
Am I in the wrong movie?
Somebody leaned into me and went, "Is this Materialists?" And I'm like, "I think so."
Yeah.
I was at the girls' night out screening.
You sent me a photo with you having a champagne.
I was having a little plastic glass of sparkling.
Was it just you were the only man in there?
No, there were other men. I was concerned that I might have been.
That's okay. You can be in there.
And I got the ticket and I'm just scrolling like, is it going to be no men allowed? So I'm going to check.
I did that for something. Maybe Ghostbusters 2016.
Yeah, nice.
Can't remember. Yeah. Anyway. Wonderful.
But anyway, I thought this was an odd energy.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Celine's song who did Past Lives, so I need to
And After Yang, is that?
No, I don't believe so. I might be, unless she was involved in that in
I don't think
a way that I don't know.
Okay.
I did like After Yang, though.
After Yang. After Yang.
I'm after Yang.
That's right.
Where is he? I'm after him.
That was written, directed, and edited by Kogonada.
Whoa.
One name. How interesting.
Among her plays, though, are Endlings and The Seagull and The Sims 4.
Okay then. All right.
That's incredible.
Anyway, yeah, Celine Song. So she did, Past Lives.
Yeah.
Which is about a couple of folks. That's also a love triangles kind of situation, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Okay, great.
Yeah. I also think about this. It feels old school in a lot of ways, but also very real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like there's there's a few like real world things that are pushed into this, either modern or just through the course of like dating and marriage history, which like it's kind of a reality check among like, because, people you might, not everybody, you get to a certain age and some people, they feel the pressure to get married and have kids and like the clock is ticking and all of a sudden they're talking about the value of different people, whether it be hairline, height, weight, age, how many eggs have you got left.
That's right, in your fridge.
Because eggs are expensive, but also...
How many Tim Tams you got in the back of your pantry?
So many. Don't even look at them. Don't even worry about it.
I wouldn't look at them.
Yeah. Also, people are smoking, and I love that. And it feels like real smoking. I love all of that. I also love that Chris Evans has done a real movie again.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was due for one.
Yeah. Knives Out. Bit of a gap.
I mean, yeah, Knives Out's great, obviously. Yeah, but, Apple... He did that rom-com with Ana de Armas on Apple.
Ghosted.
Dreadful fucking movie. And he did Red 1, maybe?
He did Red 1,
Oh, he did Red... And the other one. What was the other one he did?
I don't know, man.
The one with Ryan Gosling. Chariot Man.
Oh, The Grey Man.
The Grey Man.
Sure, okay, right. Another fake movie. All right,
fake movie that's not real.
Mm-hmm. He's given it his all in that one. He had a mustache.
He's never bad. Yeah. But I think so. Also, if you're thinking this is like Hitch, it's not really that either. Like, there are funny moments, but it's not a comedy.
Yeah. A lot of the funny is kind of derived from these people who have very interesting expectations for what.
Yeah.
There's one in the trailer of this guy and he's in his late 40s, I think, and he's like, well, I had some trouble. I didn't really like, the last few dates. They
didn't like old
They were
movies.
like 20, 22 and 23. I want somebody more mature. And she's like, oh, I've got a woman and she's 38. And he's like, no. Still 20s.
Yeah.
27 pushing.
She's like 31. He's like, no.
No.
Absolutely not. Yeah. I mean, I've seen that. Like, I know people like that.
Yeah.
And it's good. But there's this thing of like a guy goes on a date and she's talking to them on the phone and the woman he's dating is 39 and he's like, you told me she's in her 30s but she's 39 and 39 is 40,
right?
And it's like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, and again, I know people of both genders who have had these kind of pressures and expectations put on them and it's awful. Like it's an awful, situation that is like perpetuated by social media and historical norms and
hysterical
norms and like
and Norm from Cheers.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, what most people want, and this movie comes back to this, is that everybody's just looking for love, looking for a partner, and whether
they're looking for money.
Well, that's right. Also, I mean, but I think that's such an interesting perspective because a big part of this is like, yeah, you can marry for love, but what if they are broke? What kind of life is that for you? You know, and like, I don't think it's okay
because we do have a flashback as well to a time where Dakota Johnson's character and Chris Evans' character, their boyfriend and girlfriend, and they're driving through the city, and Chris Evans is trying to find a place to park for free. He doesn't want to spend $20 on a
because he's broken, whatever's. Yeah, exactly, and that was like a big point of contention in their not marriage, in their relationship, which is why they split up. But I think also like I like that this movie also is you can have standards. You don't have to settle, if you don't want to.
Yeah, you can settle for a man with a $12 million apartment. If you want.
Totally. If you want, as long as he's tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like the modern stuff that they bring into this about like, like height is so important and men's hairlines are important and like,
luckily we've got it all.
We're fine. We don't even worry about us. And the weight that a person is, and again, I just found that really interesting, the way that they approach that.
The dating agency is sort of like they've all these algorithms and equations.
Yeah, it's basically find a person who might not necessarily be like the love of your life, but it's someone who is mathematically your equivalent.
Yeah, it's Moneyball.
It's Moneyball, but for dating.
You got to build your perfect partner in the aggregate.
Yeah, but also as a result of that,
she's lost in it.
Yeah,
she's lost in the bloody algorithm.
But there's obvious consequences in this because and maybe we should talk more about this in spoilers, but there are real world consequences to dates going badly.
Yeah,
and again, I know people. If you ask, the women in your life, they will either have a story similar to this or know somebody where something bad has happened to them, and that is because there is a risk associated with meeting up with a stranger.
Absolutely.
Even if they're vetted. And and just, I don't know, I like the idea about the love and worth and the transactional nature of everything and how that's changed, but also not really changed that much. I just thought it kind of doesn't. It's a rom-com and then it's not.
Sure,
and then it kind of circles back around to it at the end.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was fantastic. Yeah.
Is there a scene where people are under fairy lights and they're at a kind of a rural table having a smoke and a drink? Yes, there is. It is a little bit quirky like that. Yes, there is a scene like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love all of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we do some spoilers?
Let's do some spoilers. I'm going to say best movie ever.
I'm going to say best movie ever.
Would you say it's a date movie? Would you go on a date
I would
with
actually.
This?
I think it could give people something to think about in terms of like, what do you want? Why are you doing the things that you do?
Yeah.
If you're on a date with somebody or it's early days, maybe it makes you go, oh, this is the person for me, or maybe I'm not in this for the reasons that I want, or maybe they're not. I think
comedian Daniel Sloss had a show.
Oh yes,
that he toured.
Yeah,
and it was sort of like
he broke up thousands of
couples because the whole bit was like the gist of the whole thing is he sort of broke down one of his relationships, I think, and he's like, is this person giving you 100% of their, or if you've been in a relationship where someone is only giving you 30%. When you get 50%, you think it's kind of like...
I think what he actually said was, unless we're thinking of a different thing, is would it be easier to break up with this person or if they died?
Oh, that's right, yes.
And which is a terrible way to look at it because he experienced that.
Yeah.
And he realized that, well, I shouldn't be in this relationship if I'm thinking... It'd be easier if they die.
Yeah,
That's the coward thing to do,
right?
To stay in this or wait for their death, which probably isn't going to happen for a long time.
Yeah, right.
And then and that ended up being on Netflix, so that went like worldwide.
That's right. Yeah,
so,
I'm thinking that. Yeah.
Anyway, you've met Daniel Sloss. You know him.
Have I?
I don't know. You know. Well, Charlie and Will know him.
Oh, I have met him briefly.
There you go.
Yeah. Well.
Wow. Anyway, spoilers. Thought it was great. Mm-hmm. Go see it or don't.
Yeah, or don't.
We don't get any money for this. And that's important.
I mean, there's not a ton to spoil, is there? Really?
No.
I mean, obviously, people are all the boys obviously are hanging out here. They're like, who's she get with?
Yeah.
Who's she gonna choose?
Who's she gonna choose?
Well, she chooses.
Yeah.
grub Chris Evans eventually.
Well, what I thought was interesting about the Chris Evans character is that, yes, he is a grub, and he lives like a grub. He lives like a man in his 20s.
He lives like a worm. You could call him Dr. Worm.
Call him Dr. That's interesting.
He likes to play the acting.
Yeah, but also, like, he's not intentionally that way. Like, he's following his passion of being a theatre actor.
Yes, that's true.
And so he's picking up catering jobs, and he just got stuck in this
loop
of, like, trying to just get ahead, and he just hasn't.
Yes.
And so it's not like he's given up.
No,
like, he's
true.
actively trying.
Yeah.
He just can't get a fucking break. And I thought that was interesting, where it wasn't just like, oh, I'm going to try now and I'm going to change for you. Because it's like, he is trying.
Yeah.
He's just falling short all the time.
Yeah. I mean, there is a moment where he clearly puts on his best shirt.
Yeah.
Like, she's downstairs because she was going to go on an exotic journey to Iceland with Pedro Pascal, and she changes her mind, so she goes to his place because she's sublet her apartment or whatever, and he comes down, he's clearly put on his nicest button-up shirt kind of thing.
Absolutely.
But anyway, she doesn't choose Pedro Pascal, and one of the and I thought this is a funny bit.
Yeah.
They set up early in the movie.
There's a height-changing surgery.
Which is real.
We've talked about it.
Yeah, we have talked about it, where they break your leg. I think maybe somebody's emailed in to say they had it done.
Yeah, they put pins, steel rods in your shins, or they can do it in your femurs.
Yeah, and then they
slowly twist them like a millimeter a day,
and then your legs break. The bones in your legs
but
break,
not all the way.
No, but then they heal up, and the additional bone that is healed up extends your legs.
Yeah,
so you can get up to 6 inches in height,
which is what Pedro Pascal did.
He was a little man,
making him 6 foot.
Yeah.
What did he say?
He and his brother.
Yeah, he said he was 5'6".
Yeah, yeah.
Which and I just thought, like, as a guy who was, and he said as a result of that, that's what made him successful with women and made him successful in business. But I don't, like, I understand how that perspective, but like,
he was also born rich.
Yeah, you could, but also, like,
you can just show people your credit card.
Your height doesn't determine how good you are. I think it definitely gave him the confidence.
This is a black Amex. I could buy a plane with it. What do you think about that?
Yeah. But even him, like a guy who seemingly had everything.
Yeah.
He had this insecurity that he just had to tackle at great personal cost.
Yeah.
Although it doesn't
also, maybe he's not capable of love.
Yeah, and I thought that was also interesting because, like,
but not in a psychopath way.
No, just in, like, this is not something I've experienced. Like, I've got to nearly 50 and I
look great.
Yeah, I look great and I know
my legs are long.
I know the motions and I know how to, like, pick up a person and talk to a person.
I had a conversation with someone after the movie about this and I'm like, wouldn't it make your arms look shorter?
Well, some people just have short or long arms.
I guess. But then I guess you get the arm surgery.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man, they've got you. Yeah.
You get the neck surgery.
The neck surgery? For a shorter neck?
Yeah. Short, no, you go longer. You look like that dude from fucking Alien Romulus.
Yeah, nice.
So, no, I don't think it was a thing that he wasn't capable of love, or maybe that is the case. I think he just hadn't found
for sure. Yeah. He was too data-driven.
Yeah, and so is she, and that's like, so seemingly, they're the perfect match. But, love, man.
Yeah. But then he wasn't capable of loving specifically her, so she had to go back to a grub boy.
But also neither was she.
Yeah.
She was, I thought that was just really interesting. And not just like, you cheated on me or you whatever you lied and you control.
There was no misunderstanding where she goes to see him and then it looks like he slept with somebody else and she's like, oh, I'm broken hearted, and they have to run to the airport or whatever.
Or she, like, Chris Evans knows she's dating him, but he's not like, what are you doing? Why don't you break up with him? He's just like, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, he's just, like, accepted it.
Yeah,
it's not this competition.
Yeah, she takes Pedro Pascal to Chris Evans' play.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a very realistic kind of, like in a disused warehouse somewhere in the arts district, and everybody's on cheap folding chairs. And, and he's like, boy, you had to learn a lot of lines. How'd you do that?
So true.
And he has to shake his hand and what have you. I mean, the way it does wind up, of course, is she's about to quit a matchmaking job, but then it turns out actually she's going to get promoted. Get promoted.
And he doesn't need to get promoted.
That's right.
You can just keep being an art man, which, good.
Yeah.
I think it was a very realistic ending in the sense that, like, hey, we love each other and we're just going to have a run at this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think also that there's some interesting messaging in this just around, and I don't know, again, the dating in general And I don't know, I know people who like struggle with this and like how to talk to women and just like they think it's this like game that you've got to kind of like you manipulate and whatever, and you say this and they say this and that leads to this and this value is of that. Like, if I had any advice, and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
This is to James's friends.
Yeah, that's right.
They don't listen to this, but we're going to clip it and we're going to send them as a voice memo.
This is for
into
men.
The group chat.
This is for men specifically. Because what do I know about being a woman? Is that women.
I mean, man, you feel like a woman.
It's true.
It's
like
true.
women are people. I know it sounds really obvious, but like how you're a person, they're a person. And
they're like me?
Yes.
They're specifically like me.
You specifically.
Oh, wow.
And
bloody good luck to them.
You talk to anybody like they're a person. And not just people. You don't just talk to women you want to sleep with. You make friends with whoever. Do you know what I mean? Like you get an understanding that they're a person like you're a person.
Yeah.
Not everyone wants to have sex with you or will have sex with you.
That's not been my experience, but
Sure.
all right.
You're a unicorn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like
yeah.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah. I did get the leg shortening surgery, where they just crush your legs in a vice, and then you just compact down.
And you look great.
Thank you, like a bag of soup.
Yeah.
And then
Just like learn about other people's experiences, and not from a manipulative perspective, but just and the understanding that everybody's just a person.
That's so true.
You know. I don't know if this isn't helpful at all. It seems very obvious or stupid. But
if this has helped you, you're welcome. If not, there's always Hustlers University.
Yeah, and don't be a creep or sexually assault somebody. And obviously ask for consent. Keep checking in. Another big thing in this is that one of the matchmakers one of the persons she sends up for a date gets sexually assaulted. And yeah, that would be like terrifying, obviously. And then also the fact that you've sent this person to do this. And yeah, it's not directly your fault. But kind of is.
Yeah.
You know? And it's just, awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also realistic. It happens, you know?
Now, if you had to rank this with, say, And Just Like That, the HBO series about sex and the city.
I mean, this is better.
This is better, you say?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I'm not watching season 3. I think I'm out. I think I'm done.
Of And Just Like That.
I mean, if Samantha was coming back, sure, but she's not.
Yeah,
and I'm not. And, you know,
I mean, as far as you know.
Aiden came back, and I saw that, and that wrapped up. I'm good.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's Aiden's deal? Because he's kind of a grub loser.
No, he got it together.
Did he? Good for him.
They to spoil the end of season 2, I guess.
Thank you, please.
His son got in some trouble, and he was like, I can't do a relationship right now. I have to parent. And so he left Carrie.
Wow.
And, you know, and that's life for Carrie.
I mean, Carrie
Terrible
only has to parent her shoes, doesn't she?
That's right.
You know, her shoes and one article that she writes a week.
Yeah.
Is she still doing that?
She does
one
podcasts
article?
and other things.
Oh, yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right, stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane, Carrie...
Bradshaw.
I
nearly said Bickmore, but that's
a different lady.
The project, a show that no longer exists.
Correct, yes.
Yeah. So, well, anyway, do you have any dating advice, Mason?
No.
For me? Should I get the surgery that you had? The squish down
leg surgery. I mean, if that'll make you feel confident, you never know.
I don't think it will.
You never know till you try.
If I was much shorter,
yeah,
maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, it would certainly be a challenge, or it wouldn't because height doesn't matter.
That's true.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing. Should we move it along?
Let's move it along.
I'm just saying, I have friends who they don't see women as people. And I don't mean as in like they're objects, some of them. I mean as in that like...
A different species.
And that is not true.
Yeah.
You can be friends with them.
It's true, yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah.
And I think that's cool. All right, let's move it along. But to what?
What we reading?
What?
What we gonna read?
What?
Yeah.
I'm doing the thing. Let's keep it moving. This is the What We Reading, What We Gonna Read segment of the show where we talk about things we've been watching, listening to, etc. and so forth.
So true.
We've been watching a bunch of episodes of Adventures of Superman, the original serial,
from
serial television show, because we're going to do some Caravan of Garbages on that.
Well, there is some cereal involved.
That's very true.
Kellogg's cereal.
Fun.
I thought it was a bit of fun.
Yeah.
I did mock it for being bad.
But
what
fun.
are they going to do? Yeah, exactly.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Another thing we've done.
Yes.
We did a commentary on Days of Thunder because F1's coming out. Tom Cruise just reappeared for a minute.
That's right.
Came out of his fucking, I don't know, his cocoon that he sleeps in.
His Scientology cocoon. Yeah. Yep.
So we looked at Days of Thunder and spoke over the top of it.
How's that doing, Final Reckoning? All right.
France, it's doing all right. I think it's going to make about 600 million, so it means it probably maybe will break even.
Terrific.
Yeah, but it's not going to hit the
That's
billion
Hollywood,
like they
isn't
would
it?
have
Yeah.
wanted. But
That's right.
That's Hollywood, like you just said just then.
And we've both promised ourselves off air that we're going to watch The Fountain of Youth.
That's right. We did say that. Yeah. We're going to do it.
Yeah. I mean,
next week we've got 28 years later.
Oh,
What if we didn't? What if we did The Fountain of Youth with John Krasinski?
I'd be sad, I think.
Yeah. But that's good. Well, speaking of, one thing I am going to read, and I think we're going to cover this on the Comic Book Club. There's a comic by Steve Niles, who's the guy who did 30 Days of Night on, it's called 28 Days Later, The Aftermath.
Oh.
My brother, the one you don't like, lent it to me.
Interesting.
And apparently it's amazing. So I'm currently re-immersing myself
I feel
in
like
that
Steve
world.
Niles.
Yeah.
So there you go. Okay.
So, cool, right?
Not as much as regular Niles, obviously, but
Oh, Frasier.
exactly.
Etc.
You
He's
better
more
not.
like, no.
Frasier.
Frasier, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I've been listening to a lot of Pet Sounds, the Beach Boys album.
Moo.
James, please.
Meow,
A
etc.
man died. Brian Wilson passed away of the Beach Boys.
People die all the time, Mason.
But not Brian Wilson.
Not
He's
Brian
only
Wilson,
died
only
once.
died recently. And
that's right,
huge contributions to the
We talked about it, I think, on one of
industry.
our bonus podcasts. It was almost certainly James and Mesa's Time Capsule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their rivalry with the Beatles.
That's exactly right. We did talk about that. Yeah. And and his,
How old is he? What, early 80s?
Yeah, something like 82 maybe.
Yeah.
He was, a really interesting force in music production and, songwriting and all that sort of stuff. And he's very, and he had a lot of struggles with alcoholism and mental health and all that sort of stuff. I recently remembered I reread a funny story about him that Don Henley of the Eagles, another sort of iconic.
He's
American
in a band, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in the Eagles. But he'd never. There's a story that he'd never met Brian Wilson, and he went to a Brian Wilson show, and he's going backstage, and he's like, he's so excited to meet Brian Wilson, and he's brought a copy of Pet Sounds on LP, and he goes to Brian Wilson, you're so influential, you've really inspired me to do music for a living, and I'm so grateful for that, of course. And Brian Wilson writes on his LP, Dear Don, thanks for all the great music. And then he hands it back to him, and Don Henley starts to walk away, and Brian's like, no, wait, come back. And he takes the LP back and he crosses out great and he writes good.
As a joke?
I think so.
But
either
very
way,
good.
that's very
I
fun.
love that. Oh, that's very
If you've never listened to Pet Sounds, it's a great album. It's
Meow.
It's like,
oh, you mean the album?
I did mean that. I mean, Pet Sounds are fun in themselves.
Agreed.
But it's incredible production for the time, and it's got that Beach Boys sound. And I don't know, I just never.
Who's your favorite Beach Boys drummer? Is it John Stamos?
Yeah, it's John Stamos, obviously. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's it's 12 tracks about like coming of age and love and joy overcoming existential dread, and then there's just one song that's like, I hate being on this boat. This sucks. Get me off the boat. Anyway.
But is it like, this kept me off this boat? Is
Exactly.
It like that kind of situation?
No, but it's the one that goes, this is the worst trip I've ever been on. It's that song.
I wanna go home.
That's the one, yeah.
Let me go home.
Yeah, it is that one. Yeah.
That's a good album.
That is a good album. That's right.
Pet Sounds.
Pet Sounds.
So this is new?
Yeah, it's new. Yeah.
Cool. I like it. We've
it too.
been watching and listening to so many things.
So true, isn't it?
I've been listening to a bunch of M83.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's a good outfit.
What?
They're an outfit.
Are they?
Yes.
Like a jeans and a t-shirt.
They're like a jeans and
a blazer.
They're the jeans and a t-shirt and a blazer of music, I think.
Cool.
How did you come across that? Did you
Spotify
just
no,
like...
somebody was talking to me about it. They're like, I like M83. And I'm like, I like M83.
Yeah.
And then I listened to a bunch of M83 that I haven't even heard.
Yeah.
They had a song on one of the Divergent albums from the movies or whatever. And I'm like, this song's pretty good. It just stands alone.
Because sometimes Spotify will just give me like, they give you a day list. This one just says Strange Desert Night. It's weird themed stuff. And I don't know how the algorithm does it, but it's got... I discovered the band Parquet Courts, who I think are very good. I don't know anything about them. Sometimes you're like, this is great music, and then you Google them and you're like, oh no, these guys should be cancelled or whatever. But Parquet Courts, I don't think
they should be cancelled?
Haven't been cancelled.
Yeah, all right.
As far as I know.
Well, let's get ahead of it and cancel them.
We should cancel them.
Yeah.
Should cancel them.
All right. I think we've got another segment after this.
It's called Letters.
This is my great segment.
This is your great segment. This is your great segment.
I invented it.
You consider this. Would you say this is your greatest achievement?
It's my pet sounds.
It's your pet sounds. Okay. The reading of letters on the Letters segment.
Correct.
Okay.
And it's good. I don't even have to do anything because people they give them to me and then I read them out. I guess I answer them.
Yeah. Would you? Is this your greatest work because of your rival with another podcast?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marin?
Do you want to know which? No.
Okay.
Guess again.
Rogan.
Correct.
Okay.
No, guess again. That's right. It's the Gavin Newsom podcast.
Gavin Newsom?
He had a podcast.
The
for a
governor
second,
of California?
Yeah. Okay, and he got on like Charlie Kirk or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, it's interesting. We see a lot of similarities." Shut up! Don't talk to ghouls.
Yeah.
You fucking ghoul.
You're
a ghoul.
You're
too.
a ghoul.
Not you. They're both ghouls.
They're both ghouls.
They're
That's
different
what I'm
kinds of
saying.
ghouls. Oh, I thought we were attacking each other. For a second.
No.
You're a ghoul.
We're not ghouls. We're normal.
No, we're normal. What's
normal.
the next segment of the show?
Letters. It's got a theme. It goes like this. Is this part of your pet sounds? The theme?
It's my greatest achievement.
You didn't even make this theme.
Yeah, but
Rackham made this theme.
Yeah, but he wanted me to have it for this podcast.
Okay, all right.
So it's mine.
All right, fine. Go on.
I should copyright strike this.
We love you. Some letters, they're only a day away. You know they're here right now. We're gonna do letters.
How many views has that got?
24,000.
It's a bit of money in that.
Oh, you reckon? You reckon?
You can't sue us though, Kenny, for us using it.
I don't know, man. Here's an email from... Oh, you can
whoa. How do we get to the show?
We email weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com.
Or
you go to the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates Facebook group, and James has put up a thread, and you put it in there. You put it in the
that's
thread.
right.
You'll say any questions,
etc.
I mean, it's just text, but I infer that attitude.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Any questions?
Any questions?
Yeah.
Like you're planning a heist in a 90s movie. Any questions?
Any questions?
Yeah.
How are we going to get to the van when we're supposed to be whatever? Let me worry about that.
In a
and find out
montage.
later.
Boom, 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 boom.
Get the MP. Boom, boom, boom. Laser tripwire. Good thing I got this
Not on
mirror.
my watch.
Good thing I got this mirror.
Yeah, that's right.
Boom, 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 boom.
It's just a full length. It's a hallway mirror.
Yeah.
Okay, here's an email from Carter.
Carter. Carter.
Bring her back on a first date.
Oh, no.
Speaking of date movies, and would you take some to Materialists? Hey, gentlemen, emailing in from Canada, been listening to the pod for years, kept me sane through many summers doing tedious work in a local vineyard. That's a first date location, a vineyard.
I agreed. Doing tedious work there, though?
Oh, yeah, not so much. Hey, do you want to come on a date where we do tedious work?
Yes, please.
We're only getting paid once.
Me and you? Let's do it.
And let's do it. Don't have a question. Just wanted to say that I should have listened to your segment before deciding to take a first date to see Bring Her Back, and you were certainly correct. What a horrible, horrible pick for a first date. We both cried, and the car ride home was rather silent. Just shows that I should be listening to the pod before deciding on movies. I disagree. I think you should have just watched the trailer for the movie Bring Her Back, which
also,
I think would have told you all you need to know.
Did it not bond you?
Oh, trauma bond. Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
That would have been awful.
Yeah.
What an awful experience.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, it does sound awful.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was good though, right?
That's right.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good, Mason.
Yeah.
I got a letter here.
Oh, yes.
It's from Nicole Lee, who says, since you're reviewing The Materialists, do you have a favorite rom-com/romantic movie? What are they? I mean, classic one, Harry Met Sally.
Harry Met Sally, and
obviously.
that's got a series of fabulous fits on our friend Bill Crystal.
Colony.
Bill Crystal.
Bill Crystal.
Mr. Bill Crystal. Incredible sweater on that man. Love it.
The one for Sleepless in Seattle is good.
Sure.
There's some classic ones. Crazy Stupid Love is funny, but it's fucking weird. You go back and you're like, there's some weird stuff in this.
Have you seen They Came Together?
Yes.
It's Paul Rudd and Amy
Poehler.
Poehler.
Yes, it's very good.
It's stupid. It's stupid.
It's the stupidest movie ever. It's like the Walk Hard of rom-coms.
Yes, it's like it's in the vein of, like a Wet Hot American Summer or something like that, but put towards rom-com. Yeah, it is the Walk Hard. You're absolutely right. Yeah, that's good.
10 Things I Hate About You.
That's a perfect one.
Classic.
Perfect Larry Miller as the dad.
Oh, yeah, very good.
Classic Larry Miller.
Palm Springs is good, a more recent one. It's also a Groundhog Day situation. Yep.
If you haven't seen this, have you ever seen His Girl Friday? It's Cary Grant and Rosalind Russell. It's from 1940.
Mason.
I know, but it's on YouTube always because it's out of copyright. But I've heard
it's
a real screwball kind of like real fast talking.
We're fast talking.
It's an old movie, and it's because it's 1940. It's like, I think maybe it was based on a play. Oh, it was.
It says it's not based on a play.
No, it says it was. The screenplay was adapted from 1928 to the front page.
Nah, so
but
it's not. I got a thing here. It says
it's
it's not.
structured like a play, but it's all like
Whippity bappity.
It's all whippity bappity, zip zap zoom. You know what I mean?
Where you going?
Where you going? Cary Grant's
Get back here. Where you going?
Cary Grant's classic phrase. Where you going?
Where you going?
Get back here.
Can I come? Where you going? You can use that, actually. That's a good pickup line. Where you going?
Where
Can
you
I
going?
come?
Where are you bloody going?
Let me come with you.
Yeah. Okay,
I got more, Mason.
I've got a bunch as well. Tell me which of these you like.
Okay.
Also, tell me which of these you think has held up.
All right.
Notting Hill.
Love Notting Hill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love Actually.
It doesn't hold up, but it is
Yeah.
entertaining.
Okay. I only saw that like well into adulthood, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
okay.
no, this is bad.
Oh, yeah. No, it's weird
Everybody's-
as shit.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah.
And like Keira Knightley's character is supposed to be like, even in the movie, she's supposed to be like 17
Yeah,
or something like
Actually, I
that.
think she's like 19.
Okay,
I don't know.
well, still.
It's bad.
Pretty Woman. Held
Yeah.
up, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah. My Best Friend's Wedding.
It's all right.
Okay, all right. 13 going on 30. Or Suddenly 30 is what
Yeah,
it's
that's
called in Australia.
one of my brothers, the one you don't like, one of his favorite movies.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a Jennifer Garner, Mark Ruffalo situation.
That's true, yeah. What about this one? Has this one held up? Hitman.
Hitman's fucking
It's
great.
great,
I wrote
right?
Hitman down.
Yeah.
I love that movie. I watched it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can because it got buried on Netflix.
Yeah.
If you can be bothered to load up Netflix and type in Hitman.
I think it's good. I think it's like it's sexy in a non-creepy way.
Yeah,
Like it does that well. The chemistry's
yeah.
really good. The story's
Yep.
fun.
Yep.
Um,
Do you think this one's held up? This is my last one. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I mean, it's got Russell Brand in it.
it hasn't held up in the sense that there are fucking crook people all over that movie
Yep.
and the sequel.
Oh, yeah. Get him to the Greek.
But
that.
I think it is a funny movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
It is a shame.
Because Jason Segel's done great work since. Like
Continues to.
all the Muppet stuff.
Yeah.
And I watched a couple of episodes of Shrinking. He's great.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good stuff. He seems like a nice man.
Yeah, exactly.
Working
yeah.
hard. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I know. You know what else I like about Hitman?
Yes.
Like, I love that the character makes the decision to just like be different.
Mm.
And I don't mean like change like his core values. You just be like, I don't want to be this awkward nerd.
Yeah. Right.
I'm just gonna like just turn it up a bit.
I'm
you
going to
know?
reinvent myself as Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, that's good. You know what else I like? It's not really a rom-com because it becomes something else, but About Time is is really great and really lovely. It's more about kind of fathers and sons, but there is a rom-com element to
I
that.
watched a podcast with Tom Holland, and he said he rented the About Time house for Christmas
He
holidays.
would.
Yeah, he would, wouldn't he?
My
'Cause
son
it's a
asked me
big
the other
fancy
day
house.
because my son just watched Infinity War.
Oh, yeah.
So he's in between, and he just finished Captain Marvel, and he's going to come around to Endgame.
Yeah.
And he's like, he was asking about Tom Holland. I'm like, well, he's the only Spider-Man who was actually a teenager when he was cast. The rest of them are like 28, and they're like, I'm a man, I'm at school. Anyway, he told me he did that. He went to school and he did that to his mates. He's like, every Spider-Man is like, I'm 28, I'm at school.
Oh, he
And
did
he's
a
like,
bit.
He did a bit.
That's great.
And I'm like, that's great stuff, man.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, he loved that Tom Holland was like an actual like teenager.
Nice.
I mean, now he's 30 or whatever, but you know, yeah. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Here's an email.
I love emails. I'll look at them.
All right, then, if you say so. This is from James.
What?
Just one James.
Did you forget something?
Then S at the end. No, I didn't. This is just from one James.
Okay.
Hello, boys.
Hello,
On last
James.
week's pod, Meso suggested that color grading involves a slider and pushing the color grading button up.
That's true.
I work in post-production in the UK, and this is much closer to the truth than you'd think. It's actually a ball on a board that you twiddle about, then you copy and paste what you've done across the scene. Despite the fact a child could do it, it's the service we charge the most for, and colorists are the biggest divas you're likely to meet in post-production. So let this be a lesson to never doubt your knowledge of the movie-making process again. Love the show. Keep up the good work.
Whoa, I love that.
There you go.
I love a compliment.
Yeah.
Because normally it's like, you guys are idiots and you forgot this thing.
That's right.
And we did, but this
And
time
we
we're
are.
right.
That's
yeah.
correct.
I mean, also like bad coloring.
Yeah.
You notice.
Is that the reason? Is the reason that a lot of coloring looks bad in movies because you charge the most for it, and most movie makers, studios are just like,
We've got to get the most out of this. Let's get the biggest colors.
the biggest colors.
Yeah.
And the biggest colors, grey and brown.
Correct.
Yeah.
And a fog.
Fog.
And a fog over your movie. Mason, this is from Paul Plant. Great name. Which old cartoon would you like to see a movie adaptation of? Jason the Wheeled Warriors for me.
Banana Man.
What the hell is Jason?
Or
the
Danger
Wheeled Warrior?
Mouse.
Danger Mouse is cool, man.
Yeah,
He's
that's what
like
I'm
James
talking
Bond, but he's a mouse.
He's a mouse and he lives in a post box, I think.
Yeah, he's got a...
What happens when the post comes in?
He's okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or Mask.
Yeah, okay.
Why is that funny to you, James?
Because it's not going to... You're stupid.
Yeah, I know I am. Yeah. Imagine the cars and they turned into slightly different cars.
Yeah.
Everybody's wearing a mask. There's two gimmicks for some reason.
Yeah, no, I understand
You know?
what you're saying. You're not wrong. They're making this. It's literally coming out.
Mask.
It's got Henry Cavill and Sterling K. Brown.
Sounds fake.
There's a Voltron movie.
Oh, yeah, there is, isn't there?
And it's by Rawson Marshall Thurber is the director.
We know that name from somewhere.
He directed Red Notice and Skyscraper.
All
But he
right.
also directed Dodgeball.
Okay.
And that's pretty good.
All right, okay.
Anyway, they're talking about pushing this to streaming and whatever.
It's wrapped filming, I think.
It has wrapped. It filmed in Australia.
Oh, nice. We could have been two of the Lions.
Yeah. I have very little faith in this.
Absolutely.
And I loved Voltron as a kid. Show hasn't held up as well. Then they rebooted a couple of times, but the Netflix adaptation of Voltron is fucking incredible.
Is that still on Netflix?
I think they took it off
for some reason.
But so it's such an amazing show and it reinvents a whole lot of it and brings things back and whatever. And there's multi-dimensional and
Do we know any plot details about this new one? Is it going to be set on Earth? Or something?
5 piloted robot lions can combine to form the ultimate humanoid robot, Voltron to battle evil. According to director Rawson Marshall Thurber, the film is to stay true to the heart of the spirit of Voltron while introducing an entire new generation of pilots, reimagining the franchise in live action. So presumably like Henry Cavill is like Keith or Lance or whatever.
Yeah.
The previous ones...
Or he's the little guy.
No, Pidge.
Pidge.
Well, Pidge is different in the
Pidge.
new animated one. That's such a good show. Well, it's by the Last Airbender people, so that's why it's so good. And you like Vehicle Voltron, though, for some reason.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's bad.
But I had one with bad knees.
That's so cool, though. That's a cool Voltron. You had one with bad knees, but what was the toy like? Mason just had a tantrum.
No, you had a tantrum.
Smashed up again for no reason.
You had a tantrum. You had one.
Voltron.
Yep.
And you said Mask.
Yeah, I'm on Mask. Or
Yeah.
Centurions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Silverhawks. Or Brave Star.
Ooh.
Or the 3 biker mice from Mars.
These are all things that I remember from my childhood. Samurai Pizza Cats.
Freakazoid. No?
How would you do Samurai Pizza Cats? I guess with real cats.
Do real cats and
Yeah, I guess.
use laser pointers.
You could use cats and laser pointers. I guess that's a simple option, actually. Yeah. You do know a lot about movie making.
It's true. Write in if I do.
That's right. Here's one more email from Craig.
Craig?
Who says, I was a whack-a-do in Department Q. And I like how that rhymes.
Whoa, that's cool.
Hey, Nick and Mason. Mason mentioned watching Department Q last week. He didn't mention you. And I thought it might be fun to let you know a Weekly Planet listener was in it as an extra. They filmed in Edinburgh. And in episode 8, about 14 minutes in, you'll see a barista with a man bun. That's me.
Yeah.
I even wore my Weekly Planet shirt to set, but we weren't allowed logos.
Nah.
So I had to wear the yellow shirt you sent me in instead.
We would have sued.
Huge fan of the pod, and I saw Mr. Sunday when he toured Edinburgh.
Hell yeah, I was there
See
last
photo
year.
attached.
Are we together? We're hanging out?
Yeah, hang on. There's and I think
Dude,
there's
you're taking
I believe there's a
forever.
photo with Rob Collins also.
Oh, that's cool. He's cool.
Where is it? I gotta find it. I'm gonna find it. And you're gonna be like, whoa, whoa, you know, whoa.
Can I keep this photo?
Yeah, I'll
You
print
print
it
it
out
off
for
for
you.
me? Yeah, print it
I'll
off.
for
I'll
you.
laminate it.
There you are.
Oh, that's good.
It is good.
I remember that.
Nice.
That was a good show. If it's the one I'm thinking of.
You
if
are
it's the other
thinking
one,
of
it wasn't.
Interesting. Oh, you had a good one and a bad one.
No, they were all good. One of the Edinburgh ones, though, that's Rob Collins.
That's right.
Was like phenomenal.
Great.
And the other one was good.
That's good.
But one of them was phenomenal.
That's terrific.
Yeah. Mason, I got one more. It's from Xander, who says, when's the last time you left an event, party, or function early? And how did you excuse yourself from the venue? I just go.
Yeah, I just
No,
go
I just say,
also.
hey, I'm off. And they go, oh, where you going? No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just got stuff on in the morning
Yeah.
or now. And I'm going.
I mean, you have to leave eventually, otherwise we'd still be at that event. But
That's
yeah, we're saying early. Xander's saying early.
Yeah. Normally when you come in, if you are leaving early, you hit them with, I got to head off at whatever because I have et ceteras.
Yeah.
I don't really ghost anymore because I'm not a coward.
So you're going to say I don't really go anywhere.
I know that's true also,
Yeah.
but also I'm brave, and I tell people I don't want to be there.
That's right, yeah. But you tell them when you arrive.
Correct.
You're like, I'm going to set the tone here. I don't want to be
Hey
here.
man, straight up, this sucks. You suck.
That's right. But I hope you have a wonderful rest of your life with your beautiful wife.
Don't even mean that. Just so you know.
I'm lying to you. But I'm going to drink the bar dry. And then I'm going to leave early. I'm going to swipe a bottle on the way out.
Dude, you gotta love it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm more inclined to just stay forever. Like
Really?
just settle in a chair and just be like, yeah, this is...
And just absorb.
Just absorb.
The energies
Yeah.
of the people around you.
That's correct, yes.
Cool. What's that like?
It's great. They're like, why is he still here? I'm absorbing your energies. I'm absorbing those energies. I'm absorbing them.
Absorbing them.
I'm absorbing them. I'm absorbing you.
Yeah.
And I'm absorbing you. And I'm absorbing you.
God.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were Greek.
Well, there you go.
Absorber. It's the joke.
I get it.
Mason, stop. Stop having it. It's a good bit that you're doing. Guaranteed laugh and hit.
Well, if it goes well, then it was my bit, yes. If it goes poorly, I'm going to reveal that it was you the whole time.
Is that the show?
That is the whole show, folks. Thank you so much for listening. We absolutely appreciate it. Especially if you're not a rom-com guy and you're like, oh, I'll listen to this.
You took a chance on this.
Took a chance on this? Took a chance.
Yeah.
What about that one, Mamma Mia? Is that a good rom-com?
No, I've never seen it.
Yeah, I've never seen it
I don't
either.
like ABBA.
But they're coming back for Mama 3, so...
That's good. I'm glad. I'm glad people like them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Folks, thank you so much for listening. We absolutely appreciate it. Thank you for telling your friends about the podcast, because that is how we get new listeners. And thank you for leaving a 5-star review on your podcast app of choice. If you do so, James will find it like a modern-day Sherlock Holmes, but just for podcast reviews on the internet. And he'll read it out.
Yeah, that's right. This is from Gaga.
Like a modern-day Joe Rogan.
That's right. This is
Or Gavin Newsom?
Yeah, Gavin Newsom, my favorite
great.
podcast. Gaga who says, "Love those boys. Need to stop pronouncing it etc." No, we don't. We say etc. Etc.
I say et sexera.
Ex-sexera. Hi, I'm ex-sexera. That's what you say.
That's true.
And this is from an anonymous user who says, "The Snake Eyes review is the best thing I've ever listened to. I've been listening and watching these guys on and off and again across various platforms since 2015. These guys bring such a positive start to my week. And whenever I'm feeling down, nothing cheers me up more than Mason doing a nonsensical impression or James going on a rant about nothing and everything."
That's right.
Thank
We
you
haven't
so much.
reviewed Snake Eyes yet, but I think we'll have room
We got so
next
much
week.
time.
Yeah.
Next week's show.
Next week.
Nah.
That's right.
Have you-
And also that other thing we were going to do.
2 other things. Fountain of Youth.
Oh, that's right.
Which we're definitely also going to watch. And the other one.
The good
28
one. The good
years
thing.
later.
28 years later, there it is.
Man, can't wait.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
jazzed.
Jazzed?
Just called me Miles Teller because I'm jazzed.
Nice. You could have gone with Miles Davis.
Just call me Miles Teller because I'm
Okay.
jazzed.
All right.
And J.K. Simmons.
The Miles Davis jazz legend.
Just call me Miles Teller.
Miles
famous
Teller.
jazz musician.
Okay, terrific.
J.K. Simmons is yelling at me, but that's okay because I love jazz.
That is okay. That's wonderful. Folks, if you want to get into contact with us, you can go to weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com, or you can go to the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates Facebook group, or the Weekly Planet Podcast subreddit and Discord. If Discord still exists, I don't know. But you can have fun civil chats about podcasts and pop culture. Thank you to Sarabi and Maisie and Fidel. They moderate those forums. They edit videos. They put them on the TikTok. They put them on the Weekly Planet Clips channel.
That's right.
Doing all sorts of stuff. If you want to follow some people on the socials, follow our friend Rob Collins. He's at Rob Collins on Twitter. He's at the Weekly Planet on Twitter. He'll keep you up to date on
He's
all
at
things the
Edinburgh.
Weekly Planet. Sometimes he's in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
You can follow me on Twitter at Wikipedia Brown, on Instagram, Nick Maso. James is Mr. Sunday Movies everywhere.
Everywhere.
You want to support the show? You want to support the show.
I do,
That was a
actually.
question, then a statement.
Correct.
You do, and you can do that by going to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies, chucking a buck or an amount you will not miss. Or you go to bigsandwich.co for $9 per month. Bonus podcasts, early videos, video game let's plays, all sorts of stuff.
It's one of the best things
Movie
that's ever
commentaries,
happened.
Days of Thunder movie
That's right.
commentary.
Fun movie.
Fun, a lot of product placement.
So much. We
A
love
lot
it.
of defunct product placement.
Oh,
what a
yeah.
fun time.
Yeah.
We bought so many hats during that.
We certainly did.
During
And you
that
can listen
commentary.
to us buy our hats.
That's right. And then imagine us with hats on.
Yeah.
And isn't that worth $9? I think so.
I agreed.
Yeah. Thank you to the Brute and the Basilisk and Rackham for all our musical themes. If you want a t-shirt, you go to tpublic.com. Search for the Weekly Planet or Weekly Planet posters. Thank you to Weekly Planet posters for putting up John Chick this week.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's a good one.
That's
he always
one.
gets those fonts. He gets them going.
As
Chris
he
from
do it.
Weekly Planet
He
posters.
uses AI.
Yeah. I
That's what I heard.
think he uses his brain and
No,
his
he
mind.
does. He does. I'm just joking. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Is that the show?
That is the whole show.
Great.
Grab that gem. You guys will see you next week.
Goodbye. Mason, stop.